Hey, Professor Watanabe, it's Bovee again, and I'm recording another video. I hope this is okay. Actually, on a side note, I guess one of my filmmaker friends who subscribed to my channel uh, likes my videos too. So he's a producer and called me on Saturday and gave me this amazing sense of excitement about what I'm doing and the honesty with which I present the topics that we talk about. So, Mark McDermott, if you're watching, thanks for coming back. Um, but thinking about the class and the assignment that is to uh, why I chose the format that I do, and I for me it's always about theaters first. That hashtag the big screen is back. My partner and I went to watch Halloween Kills yesterday. An okay movie. I don't need to see it again, but we enjoyed being in the theater. And whenever I see these hashtag the big screen is back campaign spots that play in movie theaters, I always tear up. I always get weepy. Is the big screen the right place for everything? No. But I always, coming from that background, I always want to make sure that what I'm working or what I'm connected to makes sense. And so I will always default as a entrepreneur and as a creative to the theatrical relationship, and I think that part of having relationships in the industry kind of sets me aside. We'll call back. I think it's still rolling. Are we still rolling? Camera, are we still on? Yes, looks like it. Okay. So, sorry about that. Um, I always kind of want to, as I said, I always kind of want to default to that part of my soul as a creative and entrepreneur in making sure that we're kind of focused in that destination, in that relationship. And you'd mentioned a lot this week about the relationship nature of content and the experience. And to me, there's just something about there's just something about how do we quantify, how do we validate, how do we sustain and then scale up those relationships. And for example, I'm looking at a screenplay right now which is set in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, called A Gettysburg Christmas. I've never produced a movie in my life, but after taking media arts and cinema 111, media arts 100, I kind of feel that there's kind of an awakening happening inside, and want to do what I can to stay relevant and um, create content as in addition to just getting it into theaters. Um, having had been there, having had been on the studio side, I know that on like a Gettysburg Christmas, there's not a lot of library titles that have that opportunity theatrically because there's just not a lot in that pipeline. And as I had mentioned, that risk is king in our industry. It takes very brave people to step up and find the resources to navigate this. But I honestly believe that there's a viable opportunity for Christmas movies in theaters first, and then Hallmark Christmas in July. There was so many Christmases in July, kind of thing on Hallmark and CMT and all the digital platforms this year that maybe there's an opportunity for really good, well conceived, well written, great character pieces with great casts that would make sense in that lane. So I just I don't know. I really appreciate the the creative kind of push this is giving me as a professional, but also as a professional who's been in that corporate side and never really had the ability to create other than finding new ways to get Jurassic Park prints from point A to point B, or making sure that we sold DTS sound units or whatever that creative thing was. And there's, like I say, there's just this wonderful part of this class that continually says to me, um, it's easy. Just go out and do it. So I'm going to start to take a little more of that advice and that kind of innocent push that comes, and look more seriously at projects that kind of come my way. Um, I think that there's an opportunity for a number of community partners, promotional partners, sorry, to help promote Christmas theatrically. I think that, like I said, I just look at the release schedule. I look at the library of content that's available, and look at where the streaming platforms are going in terms of Christmas. And there's just not a lot there for theaters. And I would assume that just the sheer uniqueness would provide some kind of opportunity. So that is my thought this week, good Professor Watanabe. Um, Again, thank you for allowing me to kind of share my thoughts as organically as we do in this exchange. I look forward to Tuesday. I will be available. We have a French midterm in the earlier part of the day, but and I'm going to be in LA next month, and I would certainly hope that we can maybe find some time to share presence CE, unless you got some TS presence as opposed to presence. Anyway, have a great week, a great weekend. Thank you for allowing this kind of opportunity and discussion to occur, and thank you. All right, have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. And look forward to the next chapter in this great saga, chapter number 8.